And there's another aspect where some people have done some work with just, instead of panoramic stereo, which has all of these really significant problems. There's the quality issues about how it's only correct in the center. As you look around, more issues with that. And the pixel count is still a huge deal. I think we missed a little bit of an opportunity by not focusing more initially on wide-angle stereo just right in front of you, because we've seen, early on there were a couple companies that were doing 180-degree panoramic stereo, and at first I would be like, yeah, but you look back there and it's just all black, and that kind of breaks it. But I've come around a lot on that, where a high-quality experience that can be presented with this better pixel fidelity, and it can have the stereo when you're looking straight ahead. All of the pixels will be in correct stereo for that case. So in some ways, it's better. As you look more away from the center, eventually you'll see the edge, and the stereo will be more and more wrong as you turn your head away, but just moving your eyes across it, it will stay correct. And even more importantly is that that becomes a trivial camera rig to both build, deploy, and edit the output from it. Editing panoramic video and stereoscopic panoramic video is a nightmare in a lot of ways. But two cameras that are just synced together, there's a ton that you can do with that. So I think that I encourage people to be investigating more with other camera architectures. Even like a GoPro, if you take that view and you pre-distort, you undistort it correctly, it just barely covers the whole field of view. You'll quickly see the edges as you move around, but I think there's a lot of opportunity for figuring out how to frame videos where you take a video source, whether it's a cylindrical panorama or a GoPro or a wide-angle stereo, and you figure out some conceit that you can use to build geometry that hides the edges perfectly, where a lot of things that you're looking out over a reasonably wide-angle view, you could make out the windshield of a vehicle or out the bay window of a house, or through a side view of something where we've been talking to the Space Needle people in Seattle, where they have this time machine cylindrical panorama view that you can kind of look back through every 10 minutes for the last year or something and look at the different things. It's narrow view, so you can't look around everywhere. It's not a full panorama, but it's still neat content. So what I want to do there is let's build an H.G. Wells time machine with all the brass fittings and put it there so it frames that content. And then you can pull the levers and travel through time looking around it. I think there's a lot of interesting things like that that are easier to produce, lots of value from it, and can really play to the novelty of VR in many ways. So